Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. It's been a while since I've uploaded my last video and I'll tell you why in the next video. It's kind of frustrating how the sim world is right now. But for this video, we are going to do a one-to-one comparison between Msfs 2024 and Msfs 2020. Now you can take a second and guess which one's which and write down in the comment section below. But now I'll tell you which one's which. So left side is Msfs 2024 and the right side is Msfs 2020. Now, I don't know if you'll be surprised. Maybe you've already seen this before. I don't know. I've been off of YouTube for a while, trying to figure out just the issues with all of my sims here. But anyway, let's focus on 2024 first. So like you see, we are approaching here, and as you fly, there's all this autogen popping around, right? I've never ever seen this issue on 2020. Well, at least for a while I haven't. You see all of this autogen is slowly popping in. So that's one problem, right? And then as we get closer, so I was trying to mess with the settings here. Now, as we get closer, you'll see that problem even more. By the way, all the settings are very similar. Both of them running, I think 150 LOD or something like that. I had verified it. They're both running the same LOD, both the sims. So you'll see how all this autogen is popping, things like that, right? You already get that part. Another problem I see during approach is there is a crazy amount of stutter going on. I don't know if you'll see it in this video, but let's fast forward it a little bit. And oh, one more thing. Let's get a little closer and then I'll pause. Okay. So what is that? What is that? All these blocks here. Like there are some trees which are real, but then I have all these blocks here throughout, and you can see this throughout. I've recorded some videos even from the outside, and you'll see this problem pretty much everywhere. I think these are trees, but they're just not getting fully rendered or something like that. I don't know. But that's the problem that I have at all the airports. You see those stutters? That happens always and ruins all my landings on 2024. And by the way, I've tried a clean install. I've tried running with DLSS, with auto FPS, with MSFS frame gen, with lossless scaling. Doesn't matter. The frames drop below 20 FPS, and I always have stutters on landing. It's all really good when you take off. The photogrammetry is great when you take off. Everything is great, but as soon as you hit your landing approach, it's atrocious. It's completely, unflyable. So yeah, that's what 2024 pretty much looks like after close to 3 to 4 months of release. I was when I made the initial review video of 2024, I was very optimistic that there are some issues which are just just basic issues that'll be knocked off very quickly in the hot fixes that will come up in the next 2 months, but this hasn't worked out. I downloaded the sim update 1. I was in a hope that sim update 1 probably has this fixed, but I downloaded sim update 1 and this is still not fixed. I still see the same issues with photogrammetry. I'm thinking I should just disable it and fly, So yeah, that's 2024. Now let's look at the same thing, but let's look at it in 2020. So let me pause this and let me maximize this. So you already saw how this looked like in 2024, and that's 2020 with photogrammetry on, with similar, weather and time and things like that. And you see how all the buildings are crisp, already loaded in. There's no problems here. No stutters going on, relatively smooth. That's how much performance I basically expect from my PC. I'm not at all a mid-range PC. It's a 9800. Is that a 9800? I think it's a 7900 X3D and RTX 4080. So this is what I expect from that kind of PC, right? Everything is nice and clean. I probably still ruined my landing. That's a different problem, but at least from the sim side, you'll see that everything is very crisp, right? Right from the start where we are at close to like 5 miles, maybe 4 miles. Everything looks amazing, right? And In contrast, look at this. You have buildings popping, none of the buildings are loaded. It doesn't even look like the same city to me. Yeah, it doesn't look like the same city. Because there are barely any buildings popped in yet, and it's a mess. Whichever ones do pop in, they're all like melting buildings and not even crisp. Like look at this area. That's probably a building that's just not loading. It's all melted wax buildings for me. And I don't know if this is a problem for everyone or is it just me. But this is pretty much what has been stopping me from posting full flights, and I just can't do anything with this sim. Well, I'm going into a different topic. This was for a different video, but my 2020 also doesn't start. I've tried a full reinstall. I've tried a Windows reset. I've pretty much tried everything. I'm usually quite savvy at solving these issues, but I've tried everything and my Msfs 2020 just doesn't start. I've cleaned up the drives, whatnot, right? And I've bought it on Xbox games. And as soon as it goes past the loading screen, it just crashes. And that's all I've got. So I'm stuck with Msfs 2024, which has all kinds of, photogrammetry issues and VRAM bug and, whatnot. So I'm not able to fly airliners here. Plus, I'm not sure what PMDG needs, right? They haven't got what they need from Asobo. So I don't have my favorite airliner to fly. I'm tired of flying the Phoenix. So X-Plane 12. And that's what I've been flying these days. It's actually a lot of fun. I'll say that anyone who has been stuck with Msfs for too long, I'll say just try out X-Plane 12 demo. I think you'll be surprised at how real it feels. And if you're a real pilot, you'll probably feel the difference. Just try out the Zibo 737 and you'll see how different and how much heavy and real that Zibo feels compared to flying PMDG on Msfs. Which you'll probably hate on me for saying this, but just try out the Zibo and do a nice approach and landing and compare that with your PMDG landing, and you'll see the difference. Anyway, yeah, that's the video for today. Sorry if it was a little bit of a rant or it wasn't the most optimistic tone from my side, but that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm just stuck because Msfs 2020 won't start and 2024 has these issues of autogen and stutters and whatnot, and I don't like flying GA in X-Plane. I usually just fly the Zibo 737. So whenever I want to fly Airbus, I'm kind of switching to 2024 and then getting frustrated again, going back to X-Plane 12, trying to fly the Zibo, but then you don't have the kind of scenery that you have in Msfs 2020. So yeah, it's kind of sad. I'm just hoping that they fix 2024 as soon as possible. By the way, I think this is maybe this is not sim update beta, the SU1 beta, but like I said, I did download the beta and it basically makes no difference. It's still stuttering, it's still the same photogrammetry issues and whatnot. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.